Hey y'all, it's your girl Rai Rozay, and you are now tuned in to the Miseducation of Gen Z podcast. Class is in session. Hey guys, welcome back to the Miseducation of Gen Z, and today I have my family friend and childhood friend, Rayn. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So cool. Thank you for coming. I feel like I haven't seen you like in person in a very long time.
I know. And it's so funny how we met. I was going to say this too. This is very full circle because the way we really became friends is just doing this.
Yes.
On the train. And I remember when I was going to school, when I saw you, I knew I would be late. Like, I was like, damn, I'm late. Like, I know I'm late. And then we would just have such great conversation on the train. And so it's really cool that you are doing this.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Well, today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about how life is going for you right now. So I sent you that questionnaire, and on the questionnaire I asked you what song you feel like is like the theme song of how your life is going right now.
Yeah, I told you I don't remember
you
it.
Don't
I
remember.
Want it to be a surprise.
Okay, so the song was What's Up by Four Non-Blondes.
Oh yeah, what's going on?
Yes.
It's just that, it's like, you know, it's so many things that we're looking at and it's like, what the fuck is going on? What's going on in life? What's going on in society? What's going on? Yeah, and I think that song is just like a fun play on it because shit is getting real and you're like, what the fuck's going on? But that song just is so relatable, and the way she is singing it is like so relatable because I don't know, I feel like so much is going on to the point where we're like, what is happening?
We're confused.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. I had never listened to the full song, I think, until you sent it to me.
Really?
I'd only heard it on TikTok for that, like, little Nicki trend.
Yeah.
And I was like, hold on, I actually fuck with this.
Because it's just so relatable.
Yeah.
You could apply it to everything in your life.
No, you really can. And the opening line is 25 years and my life is still. And I thought that was like, whoa.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
I didn't know. So that's why I was like, whoa. Like, I didn't know the song was going to get this deep.
Yeah,
I just thought it was deep. A cute little what's going on.
I love songs like that. I love songs that are deep, but like they make it fun and less serious.
Yes.
You know?
So if you could use one word to describe how your 20s are going right now, what would it be?
Whew. The way my 20s are going right now, I would say it is liberating. It's about finding myself and just being more confident. That's how my 20s are going. Finding myself, learning more about myself. Definitely. I like
that.
Yeah.
I feel like you're one of the more confident examples I have of like women around me.
Thank you.
Yes, because I just love hearing like how you talk about how you step in rooms, how you talk to people, how you don't really take shit.
Yeah.
And I never thought you were a person to take shit, but like seeing you like grow up and then seeing how you carry yourself as a young woman, like as we're young women, is nice and it's empowering to see.
Yeah, but it wasn't always like that. Like it took a while for me to get there. You know, that's why whenever we go through those moments where it's like, what's going on? We just learn from it and we move on. You know, like everything that's happened to me or everything I've been through, I take it as, you know, a lesson and I use it as a source of motivation. And I use it as practice for when the next thing happens. Like, how am I going to deal with it? So that's what led me to be confident, I guess, and a little more outgoing. Just taking things as they come and then learning from it and then being better the next time.
What do you think the biggest lesson of your 20s has been so far?
Don't take advice from anyone you don't want to be like. I think
that's a word.
Yeah.
That is a word.
Yeah, I think that is the number one thing because in your 20s, you know, everybody wants to teach you. You're the baby. Everybody feels like they can school you in something, which is great. But what happens, especially now in social media where there's so many opinions, so many people trying to sell you a course on how to do certain things and like so many TikTok diagnoses on what this is and that is, and it gets really confusing. You know, it gets really overwhelming because you're like, should I be doing this? Should I be doing that? Should I be doing that? Do what feels right to you. Do what feels right to you because it'll all come together in the end. And I feel like that's a good way to practice your confidence, not waiting for somebody to give you the green light on to do something. Like,
right. Outside validation.
Yeah, do it. Because then you're going to grow up always questioning yourself. Should I go here? Should I do this? Should I do this career? Should I do that? Just do it. You can't wait on other people to give you that validation.
Yeah, I think I've been learning the same thing, especially with this. Like, I feel like I questioned myself a lot prior to this process, and I've learned to, like, shut out any, like, outside opinions. Like you said, like, if I don't want to be like you, if I don't want to be in whatever season you're in that I can see that you're in, I don't give a
no
fuck.
reason, no shade.
Yeah.
Like, there's
no
just
shade,
no reason to
but
take
yeah,
advice
I'll be like,
from
okay,
you.
thanks. And I take it with a grain of salt and
Right.
keep it pushing.
Right.
Growing up, what did you believe your 20s would look like versus what they actually look like?
I thought that I'd be richer. I thought I'd be richer, but I don't know. I think, to be honest, we were handed, and I feel even worse for, the generation, what is it, after us?
Yeah, Gen
the
Alpha.
next one. Yeah. Because they have it worse. I mean, if you think about it, we grew up with, like, certain social skills and stuff. Like, we still kind of have that. We still kind of have that, I don't know, like, we have that social standpoint about ourselves. Sometimes I think we're losing it. But I feel like, I don't know, I expected myself to be at a different place financially, for sure. Like, I expected myself to be richer. I expected things to be a lot cheaper too.
Me
more
too.
Expensive. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like we got handed down an economy that's just shit. But we were made for it, like, we can get through it.
Yeah.
I just feel like our parents had it a little bit easier. Or maybe they didn't. Maybe we think they did, but, like, in reality they were probably feeling the same way that we do. But I don't know. I was expecting to be like, I don't know. I don't know if I expected to have kids, but I expected to have, like, I don't know, like, a husband. Yeah.
I don't think I expected to have a husband when I was younger at this age. I definitely thought I would be a mom, though, because I think my mom had me so young that I was like, oh, yeah, that's natural.
Oh, how is your mom? Your mom is fab. I love your mom.
She's great.
She's fabulous.
Yeah, I love your mom, too. She's dope. I just love
my mom
running
loves
into your
you.
mom.
I actually forgot to tell her I was going to come here. I'm going to tell her when I leave. And she, every time I mention you, she's like, oh, my God, I love her. I think she's so cute. Like, my mom loves you.
When you think about your 20s, what is something you expected to experience but didn't get to?
Honestly, all these, like, none of it is material. Like, I think I expected feelings, like, to feel certain ways in my 20s, and I don't. Like, for example, like, when I graduated college, I just felt like I thought I would feel different, but really I'm just like, I just graduated. It's like,
yes,
you know what I mean?
I thought it would feel like, oh my gosh, I did it.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
was like,
on the day of, but then after you're kind of like,
well,
oh,
that's it.
That's not in a sense of that's it, because, like, there's always more to do, but it's kind of like the feeling of, was it worth it? Like, I have such a different perspective on college now. I feel like, yes, go to college. I'm not saying don't, but I feel like in this day and age, like, you really don't need it. I think it's a scam. Like, I think college is a scam, and not fell for the scam, but I feel like it's not as necessary as it was back then. And I kind of now see how predatory college is, in a way where, if you think about it, right, you have a kid, when we make these decisions, we're young. Thank God I didn't graduate with, like, a lot of debt, but there's people who have, there's young adults who have so much debt. And I think it's, like, kind of predatory how colleges kind of pressure parents, or society pressures parents and kids to go to college, take out a loan that they know they can't pay back. Why? So that they can look like they're doing something with their lives. And it's like, that's not necessary. But I think college is like, you're paying for the name. So I don't think it's a scam 100%, but I think that when you're paying for college, you're paying for the name. And when I graduated, I realized that. Like, I thought when I graduated, I don't know, I thought things would be, like, easier from there. But shit just got tougher.
What do you think was the toughest transition?
The toughest transition, honestly, again, I think like for me, it's feeling too, like the toughest transition was just being viewed differently by your family, having a certain respect from your family too. Because, you know, when you're in college, you're a young adult, you're a kid, you're still a little dependent, you know, and then when you graduate and start to make your own decisions and stuff, you know, your family kind of starts to still looks at you as like that kid.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's the toughest transition because now you're an adult. You need to set those boundaries, whether they're your parent, whether they're your uncle, whatever. So I think that's been the toughest transition, like just being an unapologetic bitch to like people who think they can walk over you the way they did when you were younger.
Yeah.
And now it's like, no.
Like, I'm not that little girl anymore.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And doing that in college is such a test because you're focusing, and when you're in college, you're focusing on so much, and you're trying to just get through. You're trying to get through these 4 years or whatever years. You're just trying to get through. But then there's also outside stuff. There's outside noise from family. There's drama. There's, you know, boyfriend, girlfriend, dating stuff. So that's a tough transition as well, learning to block out the noise and just stay focused and set your boundaries with people who still look at you as like a kid, you know?
Yeah. Do you think you've done a good job at establishing those boundaries with your family and those people in your life?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's why I said, like, all this confidence it didn't happen overnight. It gradually happened through situations. That's why when, like, crazy things happen or, you know, when we have those what's going on moments, that's supposed to be for you to learn and then you take it to the next thing. So yeah, I think I did a really good job at setting those boundaries and I'm still doing it. You know, it's a work in progress. There's always going to be someone who underestimates you, especially if you're younger. They're always going to look at you like, I don't know. They're always going to underestimate you in a sense. So yeah.
What is something you think that you weren't prepared for going into adulthood or the real world?
What was something I don't think I was prepared for? Wait, what was the question?
What were you not prepared for going into the real world or adulthood?
Okay, there's a couple.
Okay.
One, I would say like relationships, like people, dealing with people. One thing I wasn't prepared for is that sometimes people will project things onto you, and it could come out in all forms. It could come out in pettiness. It could come out in, I call it nice nastiness. It could come out in, you know, jealousy. Like people can act weird towards you, and you're like, what was that about? And, you know, as I go through those situations, I learn to not take it personal. That's some of the things that I've learned. Like when people say or do weird things towards you, it's not really you, it's them. So like that's something that I had to like learn, like that I wasn't prepared for. Like I had to learn that on my own just through dealing with people.
Right.
Like even with relationships, when someone does something messed up to you in a relationship, it's most likely them projecting that onto you, if that makes sense. Like, you know, like even like cheating or anything like that. Like that has nothing to do with you. That's that person. But some people don't know that. And when things like that happen to them, they kind of think it's them. And then they're like, well, what's wrong with me? Like maybe I should change this. Maybe I should change that. I would say maybe like 90% of it is because of it's the person. And then the other 10 could be you. But, I wasn't prepared for things like that, like on how to deal with people in those ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you say nice, nasty, do you mean like being passive aggressive?
Yeah,
Okay.
like shady, passive aggressive, slick comments, stuff like that. But again, that has nothing to do with you. That's that person.
Yeah.
You know? You're going to meet people like that as you go along. Like, you just have to learn how to navigate and do like, I've dealt with someone like you before. Okay, I know how to navigate. I dealt with someone like you before. I know how to navigate it. So like, yeah, that's what I mean by nice, nasty. You can't take it personal. You can't, because it's not you.
Yeah. Especially if you know, like, you're not doing anything malicious towards that person.
Right.
As long as you know that you're moving with grace and with a kind heart always, like, you shouldn't take anything personal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Because then you kind of feel like, was it me? Did I do something wrong? And then you kind of start second guessing and doubting yourself, and that's not cool. So
Yeah.
you got to realize a lot of people out here are walking around with a lot on their back. Mm-hmm. Everybody's going through stuff, but the difference is some people take it out on others, or they let that define who they are, and some people just care, like they just carry it and they still have a smile on their face and they just keep going, and they don't let that determine how they treat others. So I try to be that person, like no matter what I'm going through, I still lead with, like you said, like with grace, kindness, classiness. Like, I still try to, like if something crazy or bad or whatever happens to me, I don't want to put that towards someone else. Like, all right, we're moving on. Let's be positive. Let's put that out there. Like we're not even gonna carry that energy throughout the day. Like we're gonna leave it here, and we're gonna
we're moving on.
Try to end the day on a positive note.
And that's good. And that's mature of you and very self-aware of you, because you could move like, shit is happening to me, because shit happens to everyone, but you don't do that because
it doesn't feel good to me.
Yeah.
Like I feel icky. Like when if I do ever do that, I just don't like that feeling. I feel guilty for doing that.
I feel bad too.
Yeah.
And then there's people that's like, well, I don't give a fuck because this happened to me. It's like, okay, well, I didn't do that thing to you.
No, that's how you age. I feel like you age quicker with all that shit. Like I don't know. I just feel like when you're always upset and grumpy, like you don't even look good. You just look.
Yeah.
You just look. I don't know. You could see it. I don't know. I feel like it wears on you in certain ways. So that's why you got to let things go. Yeah. You have to let things go, seriously, because if you hold on so much, it'll come out in all sorts of ways, like all sorts of ugly ways, and that's not cute.
Even like mental, like health-wise, like I think a lot of people hold on to things. I just saw something the other day. It said women that hold on to, I guess, like issues that they have, like anger or sadness, and they don't have an outlet to let it out, it turns into like mental illness and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I could see that for a lot of people.
I feel like for men too. I feel like for everybody, like if you hold on to that, you become stuck. Like I never want to get stuck. I always tell people this, like I never want to get stuck. Like by stuck, I mean like, I'll put it in very simple terms. Like how certain people, like they literally stuck, like they still dress like they're in the 80s. They still like act like they're in the 80s. Like they haven't progressed. It's kind of like a 60-year-old man dressing like he's a teenager still, and time went by and you're still in high school. And
your mindset is stuck too.
Your mindset's still there. That is the worst. Like that is my worst nightmare.
Yeah. Because it's like, I haven't seen you in XYZ amount of years and you still look like this. I mean, if that's what you want to look like, kudos to you. But you still think like this?
You still think like you haven't evolved in any way.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes that happens when people hold on. You still hold on to the past. You still hold on to that man that hurt you 20 years ago. It's not good.
I used to be offended when people would say like, oh, you've changed. And I used to be like, well, am I not supposed to like evolve? But now I'm like, you know what, thanks. Like,
you're supposed to change. Yeah, that's actually a good thing. I think you're supposed to evolve and change. Yeah, I think I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. That means you're growing and you're learning.
Yeah.
If I'm still the same person I was like a year or two ago, I'd be scared. Like, damn.
Right.
Okay.
I feel like morally, like you shouldn't change so much, I guess, unless your morals were fucked in the beginning and you grew to be a better person. But I feel like as long as your morals are the same, as long as you're evolving in a
as long as you don't transform into like a shitty person, it should always be like upwards. You should always grow.
Yes.
Like level up. You should always be leveling up.
Period.
Always leveling up.
So you recently made quite the career change, and you originally went to school for IT, right?
Information systems. That's the thing. Again, I think college is a scam because I went to school for information systems. They taught me so many things like data mining, network administration, project management, software engineering, all this shit. And then when I graduated, I'm like, okay, well, what the heck do I want to do? Because I was put in all these classes to do X, Y, and Z, and then like IT kind of just fell into my lap. Like IT fell into my lap to the point where it's like I just did that job because I used to like, I help my family with like stuff. So I'm like, okay, I could do this for work, but.
And it makes sense because what do you went to school for, right?
Right, right. But like, I wasn't taught IT in school. That's the thing that's weird. Like, my job was based off of what I do personally, like, which is just like help and tinker with shit around. Like, you know, I don't think my job really has much to do with my degree that much. I don't know.
Well, I guess it worked out, but you also ended up deciding to start a career in real estate.
Yeah. I think, you know, I don't know. We're in a weird, and that's what I'm saying. We're in a weird time right now. Like even with like the job market, I see a lot of entrepreneurs in our generation because the job market is not stable at all. Like you have to have extra skills under your belt. You have to learn how to pivot. You have to have your own business at this point because that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like college is becoming an outdated system because the whole thing is you get your degree, you graduate, you get a job, but your job may not exist in the next couple of years. So you invested my school was like 80K a year. I didn't pay the whole thing, but you know, there's people who are, and it's like you're investing 80K a year, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and now you graduate, and it's like, well, you didn't really need that. You could have done X, Y, and Z. Like real estate, you don't need a degree for that. Like I took a course, and you know, you take a course. It's like a 77-hour course that you take, and then you sign up to a brokerage, and yeah, you start from there. You get mentor training and stuff like that. But my mindset when going towards real estate was I need extra skills under my belt. Like I need something extra. I can't just rely on like a job, which I feel like is different. Like our parents, you were able to just have a job and like live, you know, you can live comfortably. Now a job is not enough. Like I honestly don't think it's enough.
People need more than one job just to really make it by for the bare minimum of everything.
Yeah, especially in New York.
Yeah.
In New York, everyone needs to have some type of like side hustle or something. So yeah, that's kind of like real estate was like my side hustle. Like, okay. And then eventually as I get more clients, you know, you'll pivot over to that full time or who knows, but I enjoy it. It's been going well so far. And if you're interested in real estate, I will tell you there's fees. There's a lot of fees. I was not expecting that.
So you have to pay the fees as
hell yeah.
For like, are you under like a brokerage firm?
So in order for you to have your license, so you pass your exam and then you don't technically have your license until you affiliate with a brokerage because the brokerage is holding your license. So you're paying that brokerage every month just to keep your license active.
Oh, like salon chair fees.
Exactly. Oh. They have something like desk fees and stuff.
So if you decide I'm not going to pay my fees this month, do you get kicked out of brokerage and then you don't have a license or like?
That's a good question. I have no idea.
Huh. Well, good to know.
Yeah. A lot of fees.
Did you have a moment though that specifically, because I know you say you wanted a side hustle. Did you just look into things like what is making X, Y, and Z amount of money for what I want to do right now? Or did you always have an interest in, I guess, real estate in some sort of way?
Well, that all started because of, you know, my grandmother. She has a co-op and she's old. And I was like, you know, I want to be educated on these topics because, you know, like they like to prey on older people. Like, you know, a lot of buyers like to come and buy up your apartment or your house for a certain amount of money, which is really shit money. And they'll be predatory towards older people. Hey, I'll give you $100,000. I'll give you something. And then some people will, you know, some elderly people will take it because, you know, they've never seen that much money in their life. And they're like, fuck it, I'll take the $100K. But then that money is, you know, you spend it and then that's it. And now you're out of a home, which could have, you know, you could have passed down to your kids or you could have made more money selling it. So that's what, like, you know, piqued my interest in real estate, just being educated on that topic for my grandmother. And then I said, you know, I think I can actually do this. Like I have the social part down packed. And I feel like, you know, if I'm having a conversation with someone, if I meet someone, why not? I could sell you home. What are you looking for? I could sell you an apartment. So it wasn't something I was always interested in. I think like after I graduated, all those things came together. I thought about my grandmother, and I said, if I'm going to educate myself on this topic, I may as well get a license out of it so I could have something that can make me money from this. So,
nice.
So yeah.
I love that. And I think that's a good enough reason to inspire you to get into the field anyway.
Yeah, family for sure.
Yeah. I also hear that you're in the process of launching your own startup.
Yes.
So how has that process been with navigating your new career in real estate as well as trying to get your startup off the ground?
Yeah, to form a startup, it definitely requires your full attention. So I feel like I don't work on it as much as I want to because I'm putting my eggs in all these crazy baskets. But for the most part, it's just getting your foot in the door. That's been not a challenge, but it's been something that is a huge contribution to the success of your startup, getting in the right places, meeting the right people, especially like as a woman in tech, like a woman in STEM, people.
Come on, STEM baddie.
Yeah, some people, you know, you have to do more for people to take you serious in a way. That's why with this, I want to do it right. Kind of like what you were mentioning about your podcast, like you know how you want it and you want it to be done right. And that's kind of how I feel about that. But just learning so much from like the coolest people, really. The startup space is really cool. Sometimes honestly, I will say this, the startup space is more encouraging and helpful than the real estate space. Because if you think about it, real estate is more like, it's a little more competitive. Oh, I want that listing. I want that listing. I want this client. I'm going to be the best. Right. Startups are like more collaborative. Hey man, I know how to do that. You know how to code? Okay, you know how to do this? Okay, yeah, I can do the front end. Okay, let's do that. Like it's more collaborative. Like if people see your vision, they'll want to collaborate. Or I know someone who does this. I could put you on to this person to help you out with this part. Like it's a lot more collaborative in those spaces, and I've learned so much. And just in general, between real estate and my startup, it's like I'm just surrounded by so many people who are so much smarter than me, and that's like so important. You always want to surround yourself with people who are like 10 times smarter than you, because super smart people have this ability to make things that sound complicated simple. Yeah. Like you can tell them your problems and they're like, oh man, that's easy.
Just do this.
Just download that and what are you talking about? Just download that and do this and you're good. And you're like, wow, I didn't even know that existed. Thank you. So I'm just really grateful to like even be in those spaces and be able to talk to people about things like that. Or, they give you the room to learn, to be a student. Everybody likes to walk in like they know everything. And, lately I've been in a lot of spaces where they allow you to be a student and they want to help you. Those are people I'll take advice from. Right. Like I will gladly take advice from someone who I want to be like. I will gladly take advice from somebody who can teach me things that I didn't even know existed. But I will not be taking advice from from people who are not where I aspire to be. Right. No shade. I just can't. There's too much noise. I got to narrow it down.
Yeah. Totally. I like that you said that you're willing to take advice from those people, even though you're all kind of like in the same space. Mm-hmm. And I also heard that you shouldn't step into rooms where you're the smartest person in the room.
Yeah.
Like you should be willing to learn. You should be willing to I guess, take in what someone else can give you. Mm-hmm. For sure. So when you step into these spaces, how would you approach someone that you never met before, but y'all are in completely different fields, but you feel like maybe, I don't know.
I just start with like, you have to be genuine, and I go off of vibes. I don't force anything. If I feel like I have to force myself to like go to you and come up to you and talk to you, then I'm not going to do it. It's just really vibes. Things happen naturally. Like, the last event I went to the other day, it was a real estate event, and like this girl dropped her hanger, and I'm hanging up my coat, and I picked it up, and we just started talking from there. Like it was just very, very natural. Like from when we first met, then we went to the bar, we started talking some more. So it's very natural. Sometimes I do, like, it depends. I'll walk up and be like, oh, your scarf is really cute, but it's genuine. Like, I have to see something interesting and be like, let me go up to her. Oh, you look really cute. I love your scarf. Or like, if someone has like a cool tie on or whatever, I start there, but I never force vibes with people. It happens naturally. I don't know how to explain it. It just happens naturally. Or like if they have like a cool drink, you're like, oh, what is that? What drink is that? Like I'm genuinely curious about the drink that you have. Or like if you have something good on your plate, I'm like, oh, what did you order? That looks good. So I start very small, genuine, and casual.
Nice.
Not super forced, like, hi.
What would you give? How would you give advice to someone that is stepping into a brand new field that they don't know anyone in that field personally?
It's not as scary as you think. Like, it's not. I know it could be intimidating stepping into a space where everything is new, but the one thing I really learned is people like to talk about themselves and people like to talk about what they do. And so when you're a new person, they love that. Oh, I get to really impress this person and tell them what I do. They love that. So if you're entering into a new space and you're not sure how to navigate those rooms, just remember that people love to talk about themselves. Anybody would be happy to sit and tell you what they do for a living because they want to feel more important than they actually are. And you have to take advantage of that and just go for it and listen and ask questions and be curious. Yeah.
Nice. What would you say the most rewarding part of this new career endeavor you're taking on has been so far?
The most rewarding part for me is doing what I said I'm going to do. Like, that's the most rewarding part. Like, just saying that I'm going to get my license, got my license. Saying I'm going to do this startup, and like I'm in the process of doing my startup. Like, just having things here come into fruition, that is like the biggest thing for me. I love that, we have all these ideas and everything, but like actually bringing it into life, like bringing it to fruition, that takes a lot of courage. So like I'm proud of myself throughout this whole thing. And I'm really grateful that I have the support to do so. And that goes for like people who are around me, because you become the people you hang around sometimes. And sometimes you can hang around a group of people who don't even make you feel comfortable enough to express that you want to do something, or don't make you feel comfortable enough to try.
Yeah.
Some people are too cool to try. And I feel like I'm just really blessed to have that support system where I'm encouraged to try. I'm encouraged to do better. I'm encouraged to learn,
Nice.
So yeah.
And one of the last questions before we wrap up, what do you envision for yourself 5 years down the line, career-wise, life-wise, whatever you feel comfortable talking about right now?
Anything that has to do with my dream is to have like an apartment on the Upper East Side. I don't know why.
Period.
That's just what I want, and I'm gonna get it. That's just, I don't know. Like, once I do that, I'm fine with leaving New York. Because my cousin, she was trying to convince me to move to Dallas, and I was like, I can't move to Dallas.
What's in Dallas?
There's a lot, apparently, because there's a couple of job offers, like tech job offers, and they want you to come out to Dallas. If the money's right, I'll go to Dallas, but
I'm not leaving New York if like the money isn't right, if there's not a real reason for me to go.
But I feel like out there, your money's automatically right because you could do more with your money out there. Everything's so damn cheap,
That's true. Texas is really cheap.
Whereas like here, 100K is like does not get you anywhere here. I know people making 100K with a roommate. It's like it's not enough. Yeah. It's really not enough. So you have to have like a side hustle or something going on. I'm sorry, what was the question after that? What was it? I got stuck on Dallas.
It's okay. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. So Upper East Side apartment. I literally don't care how big or small it is. I just want to live there and experience my Sex and the City life.
I know that's right.
And I don't want to work for anybody in 5 years. That's really important to me.
Same.
I don't want to work for anybody. And I know everybody says that. So, and that's good. Everybody should, at least have that in the back of their mind. But yeah, I don't want to work for anybody in the next 5 years. I want to do something that I love and that I'm passionate about and that I get to contribute towards personally every day. Like when you're working for a corporate company, yeah, you have your little projects that you're proud of, but like you're not passionate, unless you're really passionate about that company. I've never been passionate about a company because it's not mine. Right. So like, you know, unless you're passionate about the company, that's cool. But I want to pour more into myself in the next 5 years, not into something or someone else. It's really about pouring into myself. Yeah. And yeah, that's pretty much it in the next 5 years. Sexier, smarter, richer, finer.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
Period. Yeah. So as we're wrapping up, I wanted to ask you what's something you are learning, unlearning, or relearning when it comes to navigating this current season of adulthood.
Okay, I'm definitely going to ask you to repeat, like, okay, learning. My memory is short term.
It's okay. It is totally okay. Mine is pretty short. You see me looking down at this phone every 5 seconds. I'm trying to
brought my notepad. Like, okay,
I'm really trying to remember these questions, and it's a little bit easier. But sometimes I'll be like, damn, what the hell did I write there?
Yeah.
But what is something that you are learning, unlearning, or relearning when it comes to navigating this current season of adulthood?
Yeah, right now I'm learning to not take anything personal, like rejections, you know, like we talked about earlier, nice nastiness, people not willing to help you, or people not willing to, you know, anything like that. Yeah. I'm learning to just not take that personal because it doesn't have that much to do with me. A lot of people have their own shit going on. So you can't take that personally. You got to keep going. Relearning. I am relearning how to trust myself again. Again, as I mentioned earlier, there's so many opinions, diagnoses on TikTok, and all this stuff going on. You kind of get lost in the noise, and you question yourself every step of the way. This person's trying to sell you a course on this, and this person's trying to tell you how to do this. Like literally strangers on TikTok. That's why I really want the whole theme of this episode is to be, do not take advice from someone you do not want to be like, because there's so many people just spitting out advice, and it's like, that's great, we should all help each other, but you have to learn how to trust yourself, trust your gut, you know, you have to be able to guide yourself. So yeah, I'm relearning how to trust myself when it comes to making certain decisions. Like, don't call your friends every single time there's a decision. Should I do this? Should I say this to him? Should I say, like, think about what you want to do first, and I promise you, as you keep doing that, you're not even going to want to call your friends to like get the validation, because you already know what you want to do. Yeah. So I'm relearning that for sure, trusting myself in my own decision making. Nice. And then unlearning.
Well, you didn't have to answer all three, but I do I like that you did that. So yes, unlearning is the last one, if you want to answer it.
I'm unlearning like shyness. I've never been shy, but I've never been too shy, but I'm unlearning like second guessing myself. I guess I kind of, like I said, that's the whole theme of this. Like, don't take advice from people, don't second guess yourself. Yeah, I'm unlearning second guessing myself. Listen, I'll try it. If you fall down, you get back up and you try it again. Like that's pretty much it. I'd rather do that than have to get validation from so many people. Yeah. And now your life is just an outcome of like taking other people's, you know, personal advice. So, yeah.
On TMOGZ, we give a word of the week every episode just to sum up what we feel like the vibe is given for the overall episode topic. So I wanted to ask you what word you would give for this episode.
I would say confidence. You know, confidence. I think it takes a lot of confidence to even do this, like what we're doing now. Like, I don't know, there's a window there. Like, we're doing this. We're live. It's giving Good Morning America. It does, you know? It does give that. Like, we're really doing this shit. Like, people walking past, it's like, all right. Like, I think it just takes a lot of confidence to take, like, you had, you know, this idea of doing your podcast, and so do a lot of people, but the difference is you took it and you're doing it, and I think that takes a lot of confidence. That's the first thing. So I think that's the theme of this episode. We got here through the snow. You know, it's snowing out. We made it here. We're sitting down. We're being vulnerable, publicly vulnerable. So I think that takes a lot of confidence. So that I would say that's the theme, like the word that sums up this whole episode.
I love that. I definitely agree with that. So you guys know I always have a question for y'all. So my question for y'all this week is, if you could give your younger self one piece of advice before entering your 20s, what would it be? So you guys can leave a comment down below wherever you're listening or watching. If you guys don't feel comfortable doing so, you can always DM me. My DMs are always open for y'all. And if you guys feel comfortable doing this, you guys can also share it on your story and tag at TMOGZ podcast so I can repost it. But Rayn, I want to thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you. I appreciate this. Thank you for having me. This was fun.
No, yes, this was so fun. I love this episode. This was great. And so do you want to share your TikTok for the people to find you?
Yes. So my TikTok is Rayn, RAYN .Ryan. RYAN. I hope I didn't make that sound complicated. Rayn.not.Ryan.
I'm going to put it down in the description box.
Okay.
And if you guys are watching, it will be on the screen.
Okay.
But it didn't sound complicated.
Okay.
Yeah. But yes, if you guys enjoyed today's episode, please be sure to like, follow, comment, and subscribe. Also share, because I need to make sure y'all are sharing. Share the wisdom.
Share it.
Share the tea.
Share it all. Share it all.
All of it. You guys can keep up with me at Rai Rozay. That's with 2 I's and 2 Y's. And follow the podcast at TMOGZ podcast. We are coming at you every other Tuesday. So not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after. Hashtag TMOGZ Tuesday. And yeah, I can't wait to see y'all again. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode.
Look, she's literally taking a picture of us. It's Good Morning America. She literally took a look, she's taking a picture. Listen, y'all better get on it, TMOGZ.
Get on it. But yes, thank you again for coming. And thank you guys for watching. I love you and I love y'all. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye, y'all.